Tip number 1. Where to set up cable boxes and why. I'm going to use this print for an example here, so let's zoom in to the IDF room for a closer look. In this example, we're going to set up the boxes of cable here, and let's talk about why. Let's say we're pulling cable this way, and we now have a cable going into the IDF room with enough slack to go up the racks and to terminate. This is now our cutback length. Now we're going to take that cable out and lay it out as straight as possible in front of the IDF room like this. This is why and how we set up the boxes here. Now that we have our boxes set up here, managing our cable pulls and cutbacks will be much easier. As cables get installed, we can easily do cutbacks and set them off to the side without making a big mess while we wait to bring those cables into the server room. And if we set up our prints correctly, you will be able to bring completed bundles into the server room on the day that you are installing them and not at the end of the week when you're done installing cables. And this brings us to tip number 2, prepping cable bundles during the roughing phase. Now obviously the racks have to be installed and in place for this to happen, but if they are and you have an extra hand that can dress cables and get them prepped, this is most efficient. And for the third and final tip, let's talk about learning to install your own conduit sleeves. Typically on most projects, the GC and or the electrician will install these conduit sleeves for the cable vendor, but they won't always put it in the best possible location. The two options you have are either get the material from the GC and or the electrician and install it yourself, or number 2, have the material yourself to install. As you can see in the photo, we have installed the conduit sleeves to come directly into the wire managers as straight as possible. This equals easier dressing, less dressing time, and faster terminations.